Good evening. Welcome to FCTV's Poetic License, April 2022. My name is Donna Scheer, and in honor of Earth Day, our suggested theme tonight is We Belong to Mother Earth. Thank you, Andrew Richards, for being our forever friend and our video pathfinder. Thank you, FCTV, for providing comprehensive and quality programming, such as The Conversation. It's a program about equity and racial justice with a local focus. And they're currently on episode 18, asking about racism, how it influences what's taught in the classrooms, and how should history of racism be taught. Scott McGann, health agent, God bless him. He briefs us every Friday about what's going on with COVID-19. There's a program called Falmouth in Focus on FCTV. It offers many wonderful exclusives. And this month, we visit with them T-Ticket Park to celebrate a collaboration between the 300 Committee and the Girl Scouts. They're once again replenishing the pollinator meadow by reseeding. And it's just, what a delightful thing for them to do. There's a heartwarming piece about Falmouth resident Siahai Hubarao, who has spearheaded a collection and delivery in person of much needed supplies to Ukraine. And then there's a road race update, which also includes how to participate in the Family Fun Run and the Falmouth Walk. On a sadder note, there's a beautiful tribute for Kevin Lynch, one of the founding members of FCTV. We remember him with gratitude for all that he has done for Falmouth and this station. And tonight, as we are taping Poetic License, FCTV is recording Candidates Night, sponsored by the League of Women Voters, and that will air until election day, primary day. And now, performers, the best of the evening, your creative sharing. When I read your name, please unmute your mic, repeat your name. Everyone has a 4-minute time slot. Andrew and I will keep track of the time. I'm going to start us off. I remember I was quite young when somebody said, well, you know, if you go up in space and you turn around, you don't see heavy black lines between the countries. It's not like on a map. You just see Earth. And so in that vein, this is a poem. It's actually about war, and it's called Whose Land? Whose land? The earth suffers, held hostage by man's machinations. War scatters the landscape with troubled rubble, debris, scorched metal and ash. Land, water, and air are poisoned with a criminal stink of death. Poor Mother Earth, marinated in blood. We pick at her scabs, hoping to find some new greening. Hope. For Earth was never meant to become the unbearable stretcher on which we lay our men, our women, our children.
Wow.
Oh. Thank you. I'm looking at our roster here, and Jackson Gillman, so nice to see you. Glad you're first up tonight.
Thank you. I am Jackson Gillman from Onset, and I usually do my own work, but today I'm going to share the work of a master. And that's actually rehearsing for a gig this weekend. I am going to be performing at the home of Rudyard Kipling, and there's a group of folks who are big fanciers of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle are coming to visit. And Doyle and Kipling were friends, and Doyle introduced Kipling to golf. And this is a golf piece. Some people consider golf a good walk spoiled. Or other people consider just the best way to spend a day. So I'm not a golfer myself, but there were some terms in here that I should make sure we understand beforehand. Of course, there's different kinds of clubs. There's the putter, and then there's the driver, yeah, and then there's the a club that I never heard of before. It's from an antique term that Doyle used to use called a cleek. So if that comes up, you'll know what that is. And then there's terms that we're familiar with, like the flag and the green and the bunkers, when you try to aim high to get over the bunker so you don't land in one of the hazards. And then you also have to be careful of read the lie of the ball. And those terms are going to be coming up, and you'll see why. So this was I'll recite it as if Kipling was reciting this poem of his friend's Arthur. It's up and away for our work today, for the wind. I'm going to start again. It's up and away from our work today, for the breeze sweeps over the down, and it's hay for a game where the gorse blossoms flame and the bracken bronzes to brown, with the turf neath our tread and the blue overhead, and the song of the lark in the wind. And there's the flag and the green and the bunkers between. Now you first. Now will you be over or in? Sorry, chap, there. Now the doctor may come and will teach him to show a T where no tannin can lurk. And the soldier may come and will promise to show some hazards a soldier may shirk. And the statesman may joke as he tops every stroke that at last he is high in his aim. Yes, and the clubman will stand with a club in his hand that is worth every club in St. James. Now the palm and the leather come rarely together, gripping the driver's haft. Oh, and it's good to feel the jar of the steel. Oh, and the spring of the hickory shaft. And why trouble or seek for the praise of a cleek, when a cleek is common to all? And the lie that might sting is a very small thing when compared to the lie of the ball. Now come youth and come age, from study or stage, from bar or bench high and low, a green you must use as a cure for the blues. You drive them away as you go. So we're outward bound on a long, long round, and it's time to be up and away. And if worry or sorrow come back with the morrow, well, at least we'll be happy today. Oh, jolly good. I'll leave it at that for now. If there's more time for another one, I'll do another one later. But that's A Lay of the Links by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, written in 1893, and a favorite of one of Rudyard Kipling's poems of his. You're muted there, Donna.
That was absolutely fabulous. I loved your persona, and I loved the sound effects. It was like watching a little play here. It was awesome. A delightful poem. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
My pleasure.
All right, Christina Laurie, how are you this evening?
Unmuted. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I have a very short poem here. Actually, I'm Christina Laurie from West Falmouth, and I'm reading us. I can you see this? I'm reading a poem and a haiku from my book, Song of the Dancer, which I illustrated too. And I wrote a haiku a long time ago, and then I formed it into a poem. So the haiku is first. There's a sign: no shellfishing. The spruce-lined inlet smells of black mud. And then a while later, that won a prize in an old magazine. And so there was another contest for ecology. So I expanded the haiku, and this is the poem. It's called Oil Spill. After the rainfall, the old dirt road leading to the beach is a chain of puddles. At the end, a new sign: no shellfishing. The spruce-lined inlet smells of low tide and black mud. Thank you. Has to do with the stuff that we see along our coastline when there's an oil spill, and it really touched me hard.
That was lovely. I know, I remember the first time I saw waterfowl covered in that black, it was just awful. But what a lovely haiku turned poem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Patricia Austin, my friend, there you are.
Well, the timing's good because this poem is, I'm Patricia Austin from Hyannis. This poem is called Gaia's Choice. And this poem was written in response to all the oil spills everywhere. As you know, that there are spiritual traditions that believe the earth to be a sentient being. And her name is Gaia, going all the way back to Greek mythology and forward. So her name is Gaia. So this is Gaia's Choice. The warmth of the cold world. Innocence protected by the cold. Too cold for the good and evil makers to bear, unless cloaked in pressurized armor, then only for small parcels of time. And so we watch and think we know, but miss completely the sweetness of untempered nature. That is, until our capacity to destroy has grown so hot that we sting the depths with our huge intrusion, reaching even into the quiet, sacred, cloistered, cold nest. When does the earth cry foul? When does she who loves us as herself, of which we are, say too much? The choice is too much to bear. All creatures are alive and expressions of my soul. I must let you go, so that the truth of the tiniest can be heard, despite the falsehood of your abandonment. Our covenant is life, yet you deny its existence. Gaia's choice. What will she say? Perhaps, have it your way.
That was so wonderful, Patricia. You know, the best slant rhyme in there was huge intrusion. I love that line. and untempered nature was an interesting turn of phrase also. But thank you. That was a wonderful tribute to the damage that we're doing to Mother Earth.
Boy, I got that right.
Yeah.
And she is the mother, and we are of the earth. You're so right about that. Anyway. All right. Thank you.
And there's Lynn Vitti. Hello, my friend. You're on mute, my dear.
It's nice to be here. I'm Lynn Vitti, and I'm actually not in Wellfleet tonight, but I will be soon. This poem is called Walking Home. Driving, we see nothing, eyes always on the road. We're on the lookout for red lights, cars that veer into our lane. We miss cigarette butts mounted near a sewer cover, houses needing paint or new shingles, fronted by drought-proof gardens of cosmos and black-eyed Susan, coneflowers, sedum, wood asters a yard tall, a turquoise flip-flop upside down in the gutter, lamb's quarters that spring from cracks on the overpass, a wooden table and chairs in a sunken side yard, a snow thrower against the chain-link fence, brown crabgrass plumes packed with seeds, cars on the highway flying by under a new bridge of bright white concrete, high chain-link fence, abandoned gas station masked by ailanthus, blackthorn, scrub oak. Behind them, a 20-foot boat looms, shrink-wrapped in white plastic, old auto repair shop, windows broken, black paint faded to gray, grass pushing up through concrete, uninvited plants, nothing stops them. Behind the wheel, we miss all this. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. It was like looking at a landscape painting. The colors in that were so vivid. The language, my favorite was turquoise flip-flop. Americana, how we love you.
Well, there's a lot growing that you don't notice when you're driving by it, but when you're walking by it, you see it.
When you're walking, or if you take a train. I've found I see a lot more when I take a train. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Oh, Music Man, Jerry Reid is here tonight, and he's going to have a video spectacular for us.
Hi, Donna. I'm Jerry Reid. I am currently in Boston, and my mother lives in Falmouth, so I'm always there as much as I can. My musical instruments are there, so I recorded a song about nature, and this is actually my therapy office because I do therapy, and I tend to analyze things from so many different angles in my job on a daily basis. So it's kind of a different take on nature, looking at human nature in comparison to Mother Nature. And so the song is a bit of a complex perspective, you can say. So let me try to share this for you. Peaceful down the river, water flows, but floods can overcome and just erode. In beautiful blue skies, hawks will soar, but when they need to eat, they prey on squirrels. And the sun that shines outside helps us see. Too much of one thing can just be blinding. So our relationship with nature is just a little bit complicated. Relationship with nature is just a little bit complicated. Oh, nature, is it to be tamed, let loose, or taken care of?
Human nature, Mother Nature, seems we have the same creator. Human nature, Mother Nature, seems we have the same creator. Inside we burn with feelings of desire. Is it passion, strength, or just a wildfire? We're looking everywhere for happiness. Do we aim for it, or will we always miss? So our relationship with nature is just a little bit complicated. Relationship with nature is just a little bit complicated. Oh, nature, is it to be tamed, let loose, or taken care of? Oh, human nature, Mother Nature, seems we have the same creator. Human nature, Mother Nature, seems we have the same creator. I love nature. There are still some things I'm scared of. I love nature. There are still some things I'm afraid of. Human nature, Mother Nature, seems we have the same creator. Human nature, Mother Nature, seems we have the same creator. It seems we have the same creator.
Yay! That is so cool. Yes, you are absolutely right. We do have a complicated relationship, don't we?
The nice thing I've noticed about your home is that as the months have gone by, you got more natural light coming in month by month with your nice big windows.
Yeah. Well, Jerry, I'm looking forward to hearing what you're going to do with all this wonderful music.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
putting it on YouTube if anyone's interested.
Thank you so much. Oh, I'm getting ready to smile, John Jackson.
There we go, unmuted. Taken by surprise, I didn't know it was my turn yet. By myself here on Facebook, it's lonely, but some well-meaning fool tried to clone me. Don't take a friend invitation from a mere invitation, no substitutes. I'm the one and only. I'm John Jackson. One of my gigs is Limericks of Protest. Yeah, the political stuff, and there was some politics this month. Oh, and a few other things too. Each religion thinks theirs is the best, yet most put their God to the test. We all have the habit, worship on the Sabbath, make God work on God's day of rest. I could move myself to Tennessee, where they know what a marriage should be. I'm like part of a cult. No man nor adult would ever consent to wed me. Supply chain and Ukraine situation caused in part March's record inflation. Economics is complex, but some folks are not vexed. They just blame Biden's administration. An annual topic. The stone was rolled away from the tomb, and when they looked into the gloom, an angel did appear who said, "He's not here. Or were you asking about renting the room?" The Florida math text situation puzzles the rest of the nation. Their legislation is leery of critical race theory, and calculus teaches integration. The Republicans are spreading rumors that Disney is LGBTQ groomers. Somebody thinks this will be a perfect dog whistle for their voter base of rumor consumers. Though the CDC will no longer ask, Trump Jr. will still wear a mask. When he is in it, he has anonymity, and he's tired of being harassed. Musk must think Twitter's pretty neat. He bought it. His collection's complete. He'll Tesla to the place they launch X into space, and the countdown will come via tweet. Okay, a few other things. An alcove, a nook, and a niche. What are the uses of each? In an alcove, things fit. In a nook, less a bit. And the latter is for nouveau riche. Small appliances gave up the ghost, so I went to this man up the coast. This tinker and mender took my toaster and blender and combined them. Now drink a toast. And a poem, a very short poem with no reason other than two excellent words. Rain washes what went before. Palimpsest petrichor. And in case somebody asks, and I know someone's going to, palimpsest petrichor. Two of my favorite words. Palimpsest is when someone took an old manuscript or hide or whatever they were writing on and scraped everything off and wrote on it again. Palimpsest is when traces of the original writing resurface. It's also a term in painting when someone scrapes off a canvas, but the original painting somehow traces still come through. I'm sorry, these lips are rented. The other word, petrichor, is a wonderful thing if you don't know it. That's the smell of the earth after the rain.
Thank you so much, John. You are the one and only, or the one and only. That was what you started the night off with.
Right. If there were two of me, I'd be beside myself.
I love the rumor consumers. That line was hilarious. The whole Elon Musk Twitter thing was what really made me laugh. I'm glad I didn't have my mic on because you would have probably burst your eardrums. And two new words of the night. Again, we always learn something new here.
Palimpsest and petrichor.
And petrichor. Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, Sue Carlson is going to do something a little, and now for something new.
Well, first I just wanted to tell John, thank you for the words. I don't think there's anybody at this gathering that doesn't enjoy some good words.
Yes.
And so that was wonderful. In fact, all of you, thank you for the good words. This is a mermaid ukulele, and I can prove it because, maybe the lighting's not good enough. Can you see the little sea turtle that the mermaid rides on right there? I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Can you see him now? Anyway, we are all children of the earth, and this song is for the children. I am a mer-child adrift in the sea. Sweet spirit, I ask, take a journey with me. Mermaids and all are murmuring sing. Wild rides on whispering waves. Surveying seabed slumbering, we're off with a whoosh of our tails. We awake to your plight, we arise from the night to dawn this new day. We will find a way. I am a mer-child adrift in the sea. Sweet spirit, I ask, take a journey with me. The living earth has a song to sing. Let's help her share all she's meant to bring. We awake to your plight, we arise from the night to dawn this new day. We will find a way. What will you do to help the earth and all who live here? Jerry said, I'll try to be kind all of the time. We will find a way. Christina said, I'll use cloth instead of paper to save the trees. We will find a way. And Jackson, Christina, both John Jackson and Jackson Gillman, the Jacksons, both said they will compost. I will compost. We will find a way. But I have to say, what I really thought John Jackson was going to say was, I'll share limericks of protest. We will find a way. And we'll all share poems and songs and stories and laughs. We will find a way. I'll facilitate an open mic. I'll run a TV station. I'll build community. I'll donate to Ukraine. We will find a way. Anybody else got one? That's probably enough, but I got one more. I'll share what I love. I'll do what I can. We will find a way. I just want to say I facilitate labyrinth walks for the benefit of Ukraine right now. And I have a couple of children's walks coming up. So I just wanted to get ready with that song, which will be more interactive with the kids. And when I was thinking of how to help the earth, I wasn't just thinking of helping nature. I was thinking of everything living on the earth, which includes people. And so I think Jerry started us out with that, with the being kind all the time. And I think that everything that we do here on Poetic License is something that helps the earth. So I thank you all.
And we thank you, Sue Beth Carlson. That was lovely. Wish I was a little kid. All right. So I'm going to ask Jackson if he would like to double dip at this point. Unmute your mic.
Thank you. This is a very short one. I had Rudyard Kipling recite one of his favorite poems of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and now this is actually one of Doyle's favorite poems of Kipling's. Very short. It's called L'Envoi. And Doyle said the only thing he didn't like about it was the title, but I figure if you write a poem, you can title it whatever you want. Anyhow, it's also interesting when he wrote this. It sounds like the poem of a very mature man, but he was only 27 when he wrote this, I think. When Earth's... Oh, and the other interesting thing is both Doyle's and Kipling's fathers were artists and illustrators, which is pertinent to this poem. When Earth's last picture is painted, and the tubes are all twisted and dried, when the colors, all the oldest colors have faded and the youngest critic has died, we shall rest in faith, we shall need it, lie down for an eon or two, till the master of all good workmen shall set us to work anew. And those that were good will be happy, and they shall sit in a golden chair, and they shall splash at a 10-league canvas with brushes of comet's hair. And they shall find real saints to draw from, Magdalene, Peter, and Paul. And they shall work for an age at a sitting and never be tired at all. And only the master shall praise us, and only the master shall blame, and no one shall work for money, and no one shall work for fame, but each for the joy of the working, and each in his separate star, shall draw the thing as he sees it, for the God of things as they are.
That was so much joy in that poem. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to look that up. I didn't know so Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was a poet.
I didn't know either, but they were very fond of each other's work, so I shared a favorite of each of theirs. So that one was of Kipling's, but that was Doyle's favorite poem of Kipling's.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, so much.
Thank you, Donna.
I'm going to finish the evening. I have one more poem. It's a nature poem, and it's called Every Day, Earth Day. And the inspiration was my backyard and all the critters that I see out there. Every day, Earth Day. Under the morning star, birds robed in choir feathers clear their throats, share inherited hymns. In dens, conies curl like rounded mounds of fur, their heartbeats slowing, slowly, slow, settling safely in the earth. Grown tired of birdseed, one squirrel's belly grumbles. He searches the sharp schemata of his memory to find where X marks the spot. Opens Mother Earth, retrieves his lost supper from her underground pantry, where acorns spiced with compost are aged in her warmth. He breaks his fast al fresco. You'd think this was Disneyland here, or some animated version of all the little critters who come to my backyard every day. All right, this edited performance will be shown on FCTV's Channel 13. It's shown a number of times over the course of the month at different hours of the day, as well as being shown on the YouTube channel. Email any thoughts and suggestions to andrew@fctv.org. And if you would like to be a performer, please don't be shy. Sign up for the next Poetic license, which will be not the 4th week, but the 3rd week in May, Thursday, May 19th. The theme for May will be Bloom Where You Are Planted. Thank you again, Andrew Richards, Sisters and brothers of the earth, thank you for your wonderful shares. And until we meet again, peace and shine on.